Today, I'll examine equal employment opportunity and affirmative action, two closely related ideas that have shaped how organizations approach fairness in the workplace. Equal employment opportunity focuses on preventing discrimination and ensuring people have a fair chance to compete and advance. Affirmative action goes further by addressing patterns of exclusion and unequal opportunity. We'll consider how government policy influences business environments and why there remains an ongoing debate about whether affirmative action is the right tool for closing the opportunity gap. Equal employment opportunity matters because workplace inequality did not arise by accident. Throughout U.S. history, systemic barriers tied to race, gender, religion, and national origin kept entire groups from fully participating in the economy. Those barriers produced lasting disparities in hiring, pay, and opportunities for advancement. Market forces alone did not eliminate discriminatory practices, so government intervention became necessary. EO laws established a legal floor of fairness for every employer, creating a baseline expectation that employment decisions must not be shaped by discrimination. This slide traces the major laws that form the legal foundation of equal employment opportunity. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits workplace discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Age Discrimination Act of 1967 protects workers aged 40 and older from bias in hiring and promotion. The Americans with Disabilities Act, enacted in 1990, protects qualified individuals with disabilities. Finally, the Lilly Ledbetter Act of 2009 strengthened pay equity protections and reset the time limit for bringing certain claims. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC, is the federal government's enforcement arm for equal employment opportunity laws. Established in 1965, it operates across every sector of the economy and is responsible for addressing potential violations of those laws. Employers with 15 or more employees fall under EOC jurisdiction. The Commission processes tens of thousands of charge filings each year, making it one of the most consequential regulatory bodies affecting American businesses. Its role is both broad and significant, shaping how employers approach workplace fairness and compliance. Affirmative action is about more than simply avoiding discrimination. It involves proactive policies designed to expand inclusion for historically disadvantaged groups, especially in hiring, contracting, and college admissions. Its federal foundation includes Executive Order 11246 from 1965, which requires federal contractors to take active steps toward equal opportunity. The key distinction is between EEO and affirmative action. EEO says, do not discriminate, while affirmative action says, actively recruit, develop, and advance underrepresented groups. One establishes a floor, the other provides a direction for meaningful progress. Affirmative action in business can take several practical forms. Targeted recruitment expands where organizations look for talent, including historically black colleges and universities, women's colleges, and underrepresented professional networks. Diversity training helps hiring managers recognize unconscious bias and make more inclusive decisions. Supplier diversity extends the effort beyond hiring by encouraging procurement from minority-owned and women-owned businesses. Finally, numerical goals and timetables establish measurable benchmarks for tracking progress over time. These are intended as goals for improvement, not rigid quotas, allowing organizations to assess results and adjust their approach. This slide frames the central debate over affirmative action. The key question is whether it serves as an effective and just way to promote equal opportunity, particularly in response to unequal starting conditions. Supporters argue that it can help address persistent barriers and broaden access. Critics question whether these policies may create new inequities or treat individuals unfairly. Both perspectives raise serious, evidence-based concerns. Understanding the issue requires weighing the goals of equal opportunity against the potential consequences of the strategies used to achieve it. There are three central arguments in favor of affirmative action. First, it addresses historical injustice. Generations of exclusion created structural disadvantages that passive non-discrimination alone cannot undo, so active intervention can help level the playing field. Second, diversity creates measurable business value. with research from McKinsey and Deloitte linking diverse teams to stronger innovation, problem-solving, and financial returns. Finally, affirmative action expands talent pipelines by challenging structural bias, allowing employers to reach qualified candidates who might otherwise be overlooked or screened out. This slide presents three major arguments against affirmative action. First, critics warn of reverse discrimination, arguing that preference based on group identity could disadvantage candidates who are equally or better qualified. Second, beneficiaries may face stigma, with others questioning whether their achievements reflect merit. That doubt can affect confidence and workplace standing. Finally, the mismatch hypothesis suggests that placing someone in an institution or role where they are underprepared may create additional challenges and ultimately set them up for failure, rather than supporting long-term success. This slide shows how the legal landscape around race-conscious policies has evolved from expansion to constraint to restriction. From 1965 through the 2000s, Executive Order 11246 and Title VII supported enforcement efforts. Later, Bakke and Grutter allowed race to be considered only in narrowly tailored ways. The 2023 SFFA Harvard decision ended race-conscious college admissions, signaling broader skepticism toward race-based programs. For businesses, this means reassessing diversity strategies and emphasizing race-neutral approaches, including socioeconomic outreach, blind resume reviews, and structured interviews, to support inclusion within changing legal boundaries. The key takeaway is that government establishes the baseline for equal employment opportunity through laws and agencies. Affirmative action goes beyond avoiding discrimination by requiring proactive inclusion. And because the debate continues, I need to understand both perspectives and build an inclusive workplace that remains within the law.